Let's have a different kind of news. Florida starts 2024 with record tourism. Florida tourism industry is hotter than a sizzling sidewalk on a summer afternoon. The state welcomed 40.6 million visitors from January through March, the highest number recorded for a single quarter, according to Visit Florida. Revised numbers also showed that about 140.6 million people visited Florida in 2023, a new record for the state, and up 2.3% from 2022's visitation numbers. Once again, Florida leads the nation as an unrivaled destination for tourists. The number of tourists doesn't seem to be slowing down. Now that summer has started, the state continues to be a top destination thanks to its beaches, theme parks, nightlife, and other attractions. During the first quarter of the year, about 37.2 million domestic travelers visited. That is the highest number of domestic travelers ever recorded in a quarter, according to Visit Florida. About 2.1 million visitors came from overseas and about 1.3 million came from Canada. Florida's theme parks, specifically in Orlando area, are a big reason for Florida's booming tourism industry. And as school gives way to summer, more travelers are expected to visit the many parks the state has to offer. Florida's airports have been very busy so far this year also. 19 of Florida's airports saw an increase in passenger boarding and aircraft by 9.4% in the first quarter of 2024 compared to first quarter of 2023, according to Visit Florida. Domestic boardings at the 19 Florida airports increased by 8.9% from January to March of this year compared to the same period last year. Orlando International Airport was the state's busiest airport in the first quarter, with Miami International Airport coming in second. Locally, Groom Transport has seen business grow each year as more people move to the area and travel in and out of the state. The transportation company, which offers airport shuttles to and from Orlando International Airport that pick up customers at depot stations in Spanish Springs, Lake Sumter Landing, and Brownwood, as well as offering home pickups, has added more shuttle and services to meet the demand that grows with Florida's travel industry. Groom has gone from running one service for home pickups and shuttle each hour of operation to running twice per hour. Services are running about 43 times per day now to meet demand. Probably cheaper than driving a car at the cost of gas. Just guessing. Camp Villages kicks off with Week of Fun. Villagers love it when their grandchildren visit, and during the summer they have the opportunity to participate in even more activities together than usual. Camp Villages 2024 began Monday when teams spent 90 minutes learning about golf from a PGA teaching professional. And throughout the week, children traveled around the villages to see farm animals, play shuffleboard, go on golf cart scavenger hunts, and much, much more. The Villages Recreation and Parks Department has hosted the summer program, which takes place over 9 weeks each summer since 2000. This year, the department has more than 150 activities planned for children ages 3 to 16 years old that are sure to provide lasting memories of their time with their family. Camp Villages here is a big deal, and so is the Senior Games. Diane and John Shingley walk to Spanish Springs Town Square from their home in the village of Hacienda on a regular basis. When they saw the news that Blondie's was officially open at the community's original town center, they knew they needed to check it out on Thursday afternoon. We've been keeping an eye on this place as they were working on it. I saw the paper and said, "Guess what? It's open today. Let's go." The couple grabbed a couple of seats under the umbrella and one of the tables surrounding the new outdoor bar alongside the creek next to the Sharon L. Morris Performing Arts Center. The atmosphere is just what Spanish Spring needed, the couple agreed. "I think it's very nice," Diana said. "We need more outside options up here. It's nice out here in the shade. And when the music is going on, it's going to be great. It's going to be crowded." David Sonner of the village of Rio Ponderosa stopped at the bar when he saw people outside on his way to Publix. "It's a great setup," he said. "It's shady and there's a nice breeze. It's very comfortable. This is going to fit in very well at Spanish Springs." The bar, which was inspired by the success of the outdoor bar at Sawgrass Grove, has seating for about 80 patrons, with stools 20, and at the bar itself and table seating for about 60. Blondie's is intended to provide an alternative to the traditional bar huts at the square. The bar huts are built on speed. You can come and get a drink, then you can go back to dancing or whatever you are doing. This concept is different. You can pull up a chair at the bar, or we have tables and chairs. It's more a place to hang out and enjoy your drink and listen to the music. I'm sorry. That concept in itself is laughable. The music is so loud, you're sitting next to the square and you're supposed to have a conversation? I don't think so. Operating hours are 2 to 4 p.m. Wednesday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday, and 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday to Tuesday. Live acoustic music at Blondie's on select afternoons will be an addition coming in the future. Other future plans call for patrons being able to order select menu items from the FMK Restaurant Group's restaurant around Spanish Springs Town Square, Coastal Del Mar Seafood Grill, and the Bella Vita Italian Steakhouse for delivery right to the bar. Now that part's nice. Villages Recreation christens the newest boat. Casey Linton and her husband Brian enjoyed a short private cruise on Lake Sumter early Friday morning. The couple enjoyed the serenity of the lake from the comfort of the newest pontoon boat owned by the Villages Recreation and Parks Department, the Miss Casey Lynn. Recreation staff officially dedicated the boat, named in honor of Casey, Assistant Director of the Villages Recreation and Parks, on Friday. It's a great honor, she said. When I was first approached about it, I wasn't sure that I wanted that attention. But when I thought about it, I realized it would be a pretty cool thing. Her initial reaction is one of the reasons why she deserves such an honor, said John Rohan, Director of Recreation and Parks. Casey is always very humble. She never seeks out this kind of attention. But that's what's so beautiful about our team members. It's never about them as individuals. It's their contributions to the team and to the community. It was a great opportunity to name our newest boat after one of our incredibly talented, long-tenured team members in Casey. Brian, head golf professional at Evans Prairie Country Club, appreciated the recognitions for his wife. She has worked very hard in multiple capacities with the district over the years, so it is nice to see her honored like this. I'm very proud of her. The only way to fish on Lake Sumter is with the Recreation Department. We provide all the bait and reels, and we have a guide to help you. They put so many, there's a specific fish that eats mosquitoes. I can't think what it's called. It's from a foreign country. Anyway, there's so many in there. You go up there a certain time of year, and there's really thousands of them there making nests at the bottom, and you can see it. They can teach you to cast, or we have experienced people who don't need any help who can go out there and catch fish all day. The fishing tour is a 2-hour excursion for up to 4 anglers. All supplies are included: rods and reels, tackle, and artificial bait. Or you can bring your own equipment. The cost is $250, and the trip starts at 7 a.m. and goes until around 9 or 9:30 a.m. These tours are available every Saturday and the second and fourth Fridays and the second and third Wednesdays of each month. Mark your calendar. Our average is roughly 50 fish each trip. Our best catch was 102 in 1 day and 3 hours. 3 hours? I thought it was a 2-hour excursion. Bass is all we fish for, and that's what everybody wants to catch. It's fun to get out on the body of water where your customers are going to catch something every time you go out. Old-time radio players bring once popular medium back to life. Real quick, I had that idea when we was doing WNL. I just couldn't get the WNL group to get together on it. Take an old-time radio show, get it printed out, and then hand each one a person a part. You'll give Linda a part and then I was going to, make it a long story short, and I was going to put it together with music and sound and come up with an old-time radio show and put it on the channel. Each month, listeners can turn their imaginary radio dial to find the station playing the latest in-person performance of the old-time radio players. The imaginary radio signal is pretty strong. As long as the audience is in the room, the acting offshoot of the Old-Time Radio Drama Club, led by Ed Williams, will perform during the club's next meeting at 7 p.m. June 6th at Savannah Center. They will perform an episode of Blondie and Dagwood called Blondie Makes a Deal, as well as 5-minute mystery called A Bit of Logic. Williams has a roster of about 20 people that can be rotated depending on who's available for a performance or if their personalities fit the specific part. He brings anywhere from 6 to 10 people to the shows. I always thought it sounded like it was a fun thing to do, so I see he's got a lot of people for backup because not everybody's available, and that's the problem I have. When I wanted to get together and record it, somebody was on a trip, somebody was sick. It just never ended, and we just gave it up. Grandchildren swing into Camp Village's fun. School is out. Summer is here. And grandparents across the villages are entertaining young visitors. Camp Villages, which runs every week through October the 2nd, offers residents and their grandchildren fun and incentive ways to play games, learn new skills, enjoy arts and crafts together. The village's Recreation and Parks Department has hosted the Integral program, which takes place over 9 weeks each summer since 2000. This year, the department has more than 150 activities planned for children ages 3 to 16. On Monday, residents and their grandchildren teed off for a full swing. A golfing course for teens at Lopez Legacy Country Club to kick off their summer's Camp Villages session. The course offered teens the opportunity to perfect their golf swing at the practice range. The thing about having the kids and their grandparents out here is it brings family together, said David Sherman, an instructor from the Villages Golf Academy. Some sport don't do it as well. Here, the grandparents can play with their kids. Sherman offered hands-on advice on the basics of golf swing to each grandchild and the grandparent. This is why the word fun is in the word fundamentals, Sherman said. I'm just giving them the fundamentals, a couple of tips here and there. Grandchildren came from all across the United States to visit their grandparents. It took Colton Oldenbach an hour to get to his grandfather, Gary Oldenbach's village of Pine Hills home. Colton of Winter Garden and his grandfather laughed throughout the event, even jokingly betting on each other's swing. He plays the short courses when he visits, Gary Oldenbach said, the pitch and putt ones, which are great. So this is a tune-up getting his swing back in shape. Colton has played golf for about a year and enjoyed coming out to practice his swing. It's not really hard. It just takes concentration if you don't rush it, Colton said. It's slow and you'll hit it far. Hopefully, and straight. There is still time to register for some events, but space is limited. All courses require registration and fees. Limited spots are available for a putting clinic at 9 a.m. Monday at Palmer Legends Country Club for teenagers and their grandparents. The clinic will go over the basics of putting with professional instructions by a member of the village's Golf Academy. To register for courses, visit districtgov.org or any at your service locations in person. More information is available at life events at districtgov.org or by calling 352-753-1716. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That's some of what's going on in the villages this week. That's some of the Camp Villages stuff going on, and some of the building and remodeling and all the little things that don't have anything to do with any of the bad things. So I got most of that articles and most of these pictures from what we like to call affectionately the happy paper. And that's the difference that you see. So with that being said, be well, be safe, stay alert. See you on the other side, and
don't leave those keys in that golf cart.